Just what
Arnab,
would
I'm
that
not
be in
going to
concrete
articulate-
terms? That
Arnab,
if
one
we
second,
we
please.
sort of we sort of are very nice. We were very nice with the Sri Lankans. When the Chinese left them burning, we came and helped. So we are the nice guys in the region. But you're saying we need to act tough. What would that be? And I want a response.
Arnab, it's not enough. Just let me complete, please. Just give me half a minute. It's not important to be the nice guys. Yes, you should be the nice guys, but there should be your partner should understand if they cross your path, and then I have no problems with any country also hobnobbing with the Chinese. They're going to do it. China is the second largest economy in the world. Everybody will want to have a relationship with the Chinese. I am nobody to say that don't have it. Everybody will have political and diplomatic and all kinds of other relationships with the Chinese. But that should not be at my expense. That should not cost. That should not be at the expense that some third-rate fellow stands up and brave enough can stand up and insult my prime minister, can insult my country, can insult my people, can insult my religion. I'm sorry, I'm not going to stand for it, right? And there have to be consequences. Now, the consequences are not just about tourism. Tourism is one factor. Please remember that when the world ran out of the supply of fresh water, good luck to them trying to get fresh water from 5,000 miles away from China, right? Good luck to them trying to get it from Pakistan, which is broke anyways. Their ships will probably break and sink in the Indian Ocean, in the Bay of Bengal before they reach Maldives. So, there has to be, I agree, I have to be a good neighbor. But good neighborliness is not just incumbent on me.
No,
it's also incumbent on my partner.
No, I'm with you in this, Sushant. I just want to hear a response from. I agree with you that Rosanna's views and Hussein Amru's views are not the views of the majority of people in the Maldives. But I am of the view that a majority of the people in the Maldives are not prepared for the economic damage of breaking a relationship with India, because the Chinese do not help. And geographically, the way the Chinese are placed, Hussein, they cannot help. They cannot help. They do not help. And any country that has dealt too closely with China ends up getting burnt, whether Pakistan or Bangladesh or Nepal or Sri Lanka. So I want to know the sense, there is a lot of anger here at what has happened of late. We've tolerated this from the Maldivian government. This time they've gone too far. Hussein, what is your view? I mean, I feel there's a momentum for a no confidence against the Muizzu government. It's building. I can see it there. What's your sense? Can you unmute yourself, please?
Yes. I think it is most regrettable that ultra-nationalistic rhetoric was used to rile up masses of and score political points. That is probably why we are here today talking about this issue. What brought us to this is that it was an example set by those who should have known better. This is why I emphasize on the government distancing itself from this rhetoric. This must at this point stop. And I even earlier called the government to actually not just to do something to those ministers, but actually distance them, the government, from those who has talked about these kind of issues. This is not the view of almost all Maldivians, I must say. This rhetoric must stop, actually. Thank you.
Absolutely. One quick word to Professor Nalapat. You've heard some very genuine views from Maldives. Clear that there is concern. I, for one, and I'm not anti-Maldives when I say that, when I put the hashtag Lakshadweep, not Maldives, I just want to say this, viewers, what I mean by that. The Lakshadweep is pristine, it's beautiful, it's incredible. And I think it is a much better tourist destination for all Indians, especially when the government of Maldives, I'm not saying the people, when the government of Maldives is ungrateful for the support and economic help we provide to the Maldivian economy. Professor Nalapat, your take to what you've just heard, especially from Ms. Adam.
Arnab, please note why this one of the lady ministers, for example, called Prime Minister Modi something. Yo, he is a slave of Israel. And how does she come to that conclusion? Because he strongly went against the dastardly terror attack of a terror organization, Hamas, against the people of Israel. Subsequently, the Prime Minister made it clear that humanitarian aid has to come into the people of Gaza, and people of Gaza cannot be made the collateral damage in any kind of a response to what is undoubtedly a terror organization. So what I want to say, in effect, what this lady was saying was basically supporting Hamas. All that the Prime Minister said was the terror attack of Hamas on Israel was dastardly. And she obviously does not like that. If you condemn a terror attack, then you're supposed to be a slave of the country that's being attacked. I think this is a very telling comment, and it shows the mindset of some of the people high up in the present Maldivian government. I am afraid for the Maldives, I can tell you, because I know many youngsters in the Maldives today, they are becoming radicalized. And in their own language, you look at the internet, Arnab, you will see so many examples posted by people from America, from Germany, from other parts of Europe about when Maldivians saying things to them and they don't understand it, then they post it online, and then it turns out to be horrible abuse. So they're shocked. This warm, welcoming Maldives, I mean, frankly, it is ceasing to exist. And we have a very radical young fringe in particular, a very dark fringe. Don't forget, a very, very dark fringe. And what Sushant was saying about Maldives having the highest proportion of ISIS volunteers, well, this particular mindset that attacking a terror attack is a symptom of slavery. I mean, this is being a slave to Hamas and the ideology of Hamas. And the ideology of Hamas is the Jewish people have no right to exist. Israel has no right to exist. Suppose if somebody says India has no right to exist, or Hindus have no right to exist, or or Maldives has no right to exist. By the way, the Maldivian constitution specifies unless you're a Sunni Muslim, you cannot be a Maldivian citizen. I wonder how secular that is, but that's a different point. So I want to say one thing, Arnab, that the comments made by these ministers is not it is just a normal kind of comment for people to Muizzu. My worry is that this is spreading in the Maldivian youth, and my worry is this is going to lead Maldives into the same horrible path that you have seen in Libya, in Syria, in Gaza. In Gaza, let me tell you one thing, the worst oppressors are Hamas. I know what's going on there. I know people there and the way they are being exploited and oppressed and ruled by a terror entity.
Yeah, I think
democratic rights,
I think I would say that at this point the Maldivians need to be extremely careful. They've got a president who's working against their national interest. The only thing that I see is hope tonight that there are some people in the Maldives who see the long-term dangerous consequences of the kind of politics that Muizzu is doing. Ladies and gentlemen, I still say Lakshadweep, not Maldives. Let's take a quick 30-second Securite commercial break, and when I come back on the other side, the internal debate on the Maldives row.